Good to see you.
Okay, Rodney. I'm sorry, Kyle, you can begin. Thank you.
Just talking
Okay,
to Rodney.
no problem. Well, first of all, thank you very much, Cam and Ashley, for being able to join Kyle and I. I'm Kyle T. Mosley of HBCU Legends on Sports Illustrated. Cam and Ashley, you guys are doing such a great job on 106 and Sports. Talk about that relationship between the two of you guys. It seems like the chemistry has just been there from day one.
Cam, go ahead. No, come on.
It's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was something that, really took Cam and I by surprise. You have two people who've never worked with each other before, have only crossed paths in terms of where they've worked, people that they know, but didn't really know one another. And chemistry is the hardest thing when you're like creating a show, right? Because you can't manufacture it. It has to happen gradually. So the fact that Cam and I, even in our screen test, had chemistry, and that chemistry was just continuously built upon as we continue to work together in dress rehearsals, press tour, you name it, just made the show a lot easier for the two of us because I feel like that's honestly the hardest part is the chemistry with your co-host or your multiple hosts, whatever the format of your show is.
Yeah, definitely. I can see it. You guys are just vibing together, especially when you have your guest on the two shows that I was able to see. But
Mhm.
I like the fact that you guys kind of play up on the humorous side as well. Cam, you always have some humor about yourself, Doc. Even though and I got to say, you dress impeccably today, so I enjoyed it. But talk about you as an NFL, not just an NFL legend, but as a football legend, being able to relate to people on this level.
That's a working art that is oftentimes trying to get perfected. I think anytime you have a live audience, no different than being a gladiator of a person and as an athlete, you try to find what plays into them, right? Scoring a touchdown gets the people riled up, getting a sack, throwing an interception, those type of things gets a reaction. Well, in this type of entertainment space, you want to make sure that you're still able to do the same thing. Now, the tricky part is having that reaction in person, as you saw in the studio, is something that's completely different than what you may get on social media, where you may get on BET Plus, and that's the trick, and that's kind of like the algorithm or the problem that you have to solve. Um, for me, I'm just grateful to have an opportunity to showcase things that I really like, and that's just talking about sports, but also highlighting the details of fashion, coming off as funny, coming off as corny to some people, coming off as extra, coming off as toxic. That's all in the line of work. And if that's what it takes, then I'm willing to go on that journey to say, hey, there's nobody that has accomplished anything great that didn't evoke a lot of emotions from different people.
True, true.
So for me, if you call me toxic, if you call me corny, if you call me amazing, if you call me belligerent, if you call me ignorant, if you call me all these type of things, as long as you calling me something, I'm doing my job. And that's where I'm at peace with. So
Yeah.
for that alone, quick story for me, one of my things as a parent is taking my kids to school. Like I'll walk them to the door. We have our handshakes, we do all these type of things. And one of the kids the other day was like, yo, like that's the man on YouTube. So for them, they don't even, or it's unfortunate, but fortunate for me, they won't even remember me that I played football. They just see the content that's being created now.
Right.
And that's something that I'm fine with and at peace with.
That's crazy.
Awesome.
The man on
Yeah.
YouTube. Sir, that's Cam Newton.
That's Chosen's dad.
Yeah. Speaking of that, this young man really wanted to be able to ask you some questions, Cam.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cam, I grew up watching you. We're a Saints family over here, so the NFC South, watching
Yeah,
you on the
respect them
Oh,
too.
it was always a little tough if we had a tough game against you guys, but I would always got to give you your kudos because truly you were one of the best quarterbacks I ever watched in my life. But from a culture perspective, I really have to ask you, how does this feel for you stepping into this role and giving back to the people, being able to connect with people on that one-on-one basis and having fans really be able to look at you not as Cam Newton, the superstar, but Cam Newton, the media personality and the father and the
Yeah.
man of the future.
What's your name, bro?
Kyle Anthony.
Kyle Anthony.
Yes, sir.
Well, Kyle, I'll tell you this. This ain't me giving back. This is just me using a different platform to showcase my talent. And I don't know where we've gotten to, like, being on black doesn't mean you're giving back. I think what I wanted to showcase is the fact that I do have long hair, the fact that I am unapologetic, the fact that I am, in a way where I dress like nobody different than a deep-rooted South in the Pentecostal church. And to be on TV on a given basis is why I'm doing it. So for the Kyle Anthonys, you'll be able to, well, Cam did it first. I remember very early on, my father, who's the most influential person in my life, and I'm grateful to have had him in my life. I was playing, football, but now I was transitioning into trying to play quarterback. This was around 7th or 8th grade. And this story stuck with me even still to this day. I was trying to grow my hair out. And I was like, Pop, man, I'm just trying to get the little fuzzy little no, boy, cut that off. And I was like, well, why? First he said, because I said so, but then I kept pressing him. I was like, hey, but why though, Pop? He said, man, you can't show me one quarterback that got long hair. And that stuck with me because now, for me, when people say, man, we missed a clean shaven Cam. Well, it's like, no, bro, my impact is even more because when I go back to Atlanta, when I do go to New Orleans, when I go to Miami, when I go to Houston, when I go to culturally infested, places that I feel comfortable in, they don't look at me like, man, I can't relate to him because he looks just like me. I can relate to him. So that's the first day of school lunchroom kind of notion where everybody always grabs their plate on the first day of school, scan the cafeteria and say, who looks like me? And that's what I'm doing. And BET is giving me that opportunity to say, hey, not only do I have to show, variety or different versions of myself, but it all is rooted in the same authentic self. It's not to say that I'm a different person on First Take than I am on 106 in Sports. It's not a different person on Fourth and One than I am on 106 in Sports. It's not a different person that's on Funky Friday that's on 106 in Sports. It's not a different person that's in front of Ashley than I'm in Stephen. It's like it's the same person that I'm giving you, but it also is rooted in the same thing to be able to impact individuals like you. And it's not a give back. It's just him saying like, yo, like he's extremely talented and I want to be able to do it because he's doing it what seems to look like his way.
Okay. Before we get off, this is our last question I just got popped with. You saw Shedeur. He said, people want me to fail.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna fail.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
Ashley or myself?
You and then Ashley.
Okay. Well, a lot of those people may be within his
I knew
organization.
I knew it.
It's not about what has been said, it's about the things that we've seen to be true by the actions. And James Baldwin came up or said this, and I've heard this over the last couple of weeks by individual James Brown, a person that I admire and revere a lot in this space of content. I cannot hear what you say if I see what you do.
Wow.
And what we've seen from the Browns organization, it's impossible for them to make us believe that we want to see Shedeur succeed if we're seeing the actions that has been displayed. So for him to also admit to say, man, this is just off of 1 week of practice,
Right.
whether it was petty or not, it still was the truth. So for me, I'm looking at Kevin Stefanski and, his individuals that are affiliated with the Browns organization to say like, yo, bro, like he not shown enough? Whether you think he's good or not, he is all you got. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thought.
Okay. Ashley, right quick.
I don't disagree with Cam at all, but I will say this. There are so many people rooting for Shedeur, myself included. And if it's not going to be in Cleveland, it's going to be somewhere else. He's that talented. And I am a firm believer that nobody can deny you what is supposed to be yours. And I believe he has everything in the making to be an NFL quarterback. It may or may just not be in Cleveland, but every chance he gets to show what he's made of just gives him an opportunity to take those talents elsewhere if and when the time comes.
All right. And as an older guy in this media space, Ashley, I'm proud of you. I've seen you from your days of Sports Illustrated when we were together, and I'm happy for what you're doing. And Cam, always been very, very proud of what you have accomplished as not only a football player, but now what you're doing as an inspirational force and an impactful voice of people of color in sports. I'm
Thank
Kyle
you.
T. Mosley of HBCU Legends with my son, Kyle Anthony. Thank you, Cam. Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you
Bye,
both.
Kyle. Bye, Kyle.